Hello, my name is Caroline McLaurin, and I'm going to be presenting on Dr. Neil Clark Warren, who is a Christian theologian, clinical psychiatrist, and also the founder of the dating website eHarmony. Dr. Warren was born on September 18, 1934. He grew up with parents who were loving, but did not communicate very well between the two of them, and this was due to their incompatibility, according to Dr. Warren. It was this incompatibility between his parents that actually inspired him to study the concept of compatibility in relationships during his education. He received a bachelor's degree from Pepperdine University in 1965, a master's of divinity degree from Princeton Theological Seminary in 1959, and a PhD in clinical psychology at the University of Chicago in 1967. Throughout his lifetime, he has had multiple different positions throughout his career. He has been a professor at both the University of Chicago and at Fuller Theological Seminary. He's the co-founder and chair of eHarmony, which was launched in 2000. And he has also been the founder of a couple different associations between 1971 and 1999. He married his wife, Marilyn, in 1959, and they have 3 beautiful daughters who actually inspired his endeavors with eHarmony. Dr. Warren was influenced in his theory by Dr. Carl Rogers and Dr. Albert Bandura. Dr. Rogers is associated with the development of the person-centered therapy, and Dr. Bandura is associated with the development of the behavior therapy. Some of the core values that Dr. Rogers promotes are people are essentially trustworthy, they have the potential to understand themselves, and they can solve their own problems, and they are also capable of self-directed growth. Dr. Bandura focuses on observable behavior, current determinants of behavior, learning experiences that promote change, tailoring treatments to individual clients, and also rigorous assessment and evaluation of the client. Dr. Warren took different aspects of these 2 theories and combined them to create his own counseling theory. He specifically counsels marital couples in his practice. And so he's taken bits and pieces from the person-centered theory and the behavior theory to create a way of counseling couples. Warren believes that people have the ability to make decisions about relationships that either benefit them or cause the relationship to crumble. Warren also believes that based on the current culture, people struggle with finding a life partner that will last and not end in divorce. So in focusing on marital relationships in his practice, Dr. Warren aids clients in solving marital issues, believing that they can solve their marital problems together as a couple. He also treats his clients with a warm, genuine approach, encouraging their willingness to grow. He encourages action steps to solve marital issues, focusing on the behavior that needs to change in order to save the marriage. And finally, he helps the client develop action steps that will work for them as a couple. eHarmony is a dating website that Dr. Warren developed and launched in August of 2000. It was meant to create a place for people to find well-matched life partners that would be compatible with them, and also he hoped to reduce the divorce rates in North America. It was driven by a desire to give young single people a higher chance of finding the right person rather than just leaving up that portion of their life to chance, as he often felt like people did. So he created this website in order to give single people a place to pursue a relationship that would not only be beneficial, but that it would last a lifetime. Dr. Warren has written several very inspiring books throughout his career. 2 of the most popular are Catching the Rhythm of Love and Finding the Love of Your Life, which are the 2 that I will be analyzing a little bit today. Catching the Rhythm of Love focuses on the beauty of the marriage relationship. Dr. Warren emphasizes encouragement between the husband and wife. He also talks about inspiring one another, whether that's in personal endeavors or in endeavors as a couple. He also talks about dreaming together as a couple, dreaming about the future, dreaming about where they want their marriage to end up, and just dreaming in general for their individual selves and encouraging each other in those dreams. And then finally, he talks about finding joy in the marriage and treating it as a relationship between two people rather than just some abstract concept, and that they will learn to love one another more and more as they grow old together. The other book that Dr. Warren wrote that is highly popular is called Finding the Love of Your Life. And in this book, he presents 10 principles for choosing the right partner. He also includes 7 causes of faulty mate selection, which I found very helpful and very relevant to today's society. The 7 faulty mate selection mistakes are: number 1, the decision to get married is made too quickly. Number 2, the decision is made at a too young age. Number 3, one or both persons are too eager to be married. Number 4, one or both may be choosing a mate to please someone else. Number 5, the experience space is too narrow. Number 6, one or both may have unaddressed significant personality or behavior problems. And then number 7, the couple has unrealistic expectations. So those are just some of the things that he discusses, and I think that they are very helpful, especially as a counselor. Like if you are counseling someone who's in a relationship and they are having issues or trouble, you can use these different principles to assess whether or not the relationship is beneficial for them or not. But overall, these 10 principles carefully help evaluate the relationship. They encourage really taking a step back and making sure that this relationship is beneficial and not just to one party but to both parties. These principles also really emphasize the importance of emotional and spiritual health. The Bible talks about how if we are unequally yoked, then that can hinder the relationship and cause the believer in the relationship to stumble. And so it's really important to make sure that both people are emotionally and spiritually equal, and that they can love and support each other in the way that they need. And then lastly, these 10 principles just really emphasize celebrating the marriage as a joyful event. It's not just something that we do out of obligation or anything like that, but it should be something that creates joy and happiness for both people in the relationship. Finally, I just wanted to give a small critique of Dr. Warren's theory. I definitely agree with Dr. Warren in his belief that people have the ability to choose their life partners in a way that is either beneficial or disastrous. I like how he emphasizes eliminating the prevalent causes of faulty mate selection in his book, Finding the Love of Your Life, that I talked about earlier. They are very realistic causes, I feel like, for failed relationships, and it is important to look out for them. I also think that Warren emphasizes several aspects of person-centered therapy and behavior therapy that are beneficial, and especially when counseling a married couple. He emphasizes the use of action and focusing on observable behavior while simultaneously encouraging couples to pursue each other with love and grace. These aspects are important because a couple cannot make progress if they are taking the steps to make their marriage better and fixing the behavior that hinders them. The actions they take should be done out of love and a desire to see the other restored, and not just to benefit themselves. And then lastly, I also agree that people in today's culture struggle with finding a lasting life partner, particularly in my generation of people. I think that the culture promotes not being tied down, particularly for women, and marriage is no longer valued as a lasting bond between two people like it once was. Warren's creation of a dating site that is for people who value a relationship and want to make it last is a very neat idea, in my opinion. And then the one thing that I disagree with about Warren's practice and theory is that he has come to promote gay and lesbian marriages through his dating site, eHarmony. Unfortunately, in 2005, he was sued, his company was sued for discrimination of same-sex couples. And in order to settle a lawsuit in 2009, he ended up launching a completely new site called Compatible Partners for specifically gay and lesbian couples. I, obviously disagree with this for moral reasons, but also too, like, I think it was just really disappointing to learn that someone who had stood up for their faith and stood up for what they knew was right for so long gave in to, ultimately societal pressure and just kind of lost sight of, I guess, what's truly important. So, anyway, so that's the one thing that really stood out to me about Dr. Warren and that I very much so disagree with. But overall, I really feel like Dr. Warren has a lot of really good things to add to the realm of counseling theory, and I think that we could benefit from learning from him and applying some of his principles to our own practices. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I look forward to hearing from all of you soon. Thank you.